live stream. Mhm. During live stream. Okay, that's good. Looks like it's coming through. Amazing. And welcome to this month's Global Light Grid Activation for March. I'm here with my dear friend Cendrine for anchoring a beautiful new earth energies and whatever transmission, activation, meditation comes through for you. So I also have no idea what's coming through, and this is the whole idea of the global light grid activation. The less preparation, the better. It's just about jumping on and allowing the guest to bring through whatever is in alignment with their offerings, what they bring to the world, and in alignment with global light grid activation. So welcome, Cendrine. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Nicola. I'm so
Yeah.
happy and so grateful. Thank you so much for organizing this. I feel very excited.
Yeah.
And there's a lot flowing through already to be shared. So I really appreciate you and everything that you're creating and to bring into this world, because creating a light grid, as you know, requires all of us. All of us need to join forces and really elevate each other and co-create with each other so we can build of these lighthouses lighting up the world to activate the timelines of the new earth, the timelines of the golden age. So I really appreciate you and everything that you're bringing, as well as everyone who's joined you before and who will join you later into these activations. And I also wanted to share that everyone who participated in this by receiving is also activating this light grid, because when you receive transmission like this and you really are present and you listen and you feel the vibration flowing through your body, you already light something inside of you, and therefore you become more of this lighthouse for yourself, but also for the world. And this is what we need, because as we might have witnessed, things are slightly crazy out there. And we could already have said that years ago, when all of these fiasco with the health system and like everything happened, or even like 10 years ago, 2 years ago. So generally speaking, things on planet Earth have been happening with more or less intensity for as long as we can look into the past timelines. But there is definitely an intensification that is happening, and it is exactly happening as it is supposed to be. So the messages that I always bring through, it is about the perfect architecture of the now moment and how we can rise into our leadership to be embodied at the highest level, to be able to lead the way, to lead ourselves, lead our family, lead our community, and lead the world as a whole. And so the theme of leadership is extremely present this year. As you know, it's year one, it's year of fire horse. So all of us, we are really activated in that. I love working. So I work as a channel, but mostly as a spiritual teacher. So it means that I have a really good skill set into channeling advanced architecture of life and bringing this architecture of consciousness and accelerated evolution into a frame, into dynamics that people can understand and apply in their everyday life. So it is both like super galactic, super spiritual, very spiritually refined, but also very practical, because it's very good to be able to channel the Arcturians, to channel the praying mantis, and to be able to travel into past lives. But if we don't know how to embody that and how to weave these frequencies in our everyday life, then it's like watching Bridgerton. It's very cute, but it doesn't change our lives. We want to be in. We want to actually experience identity shift, because through identity shift, we bridge the gap and we actually activate our higher realities. So I love the pillars that you bring into the field for this. These pillars are so powerful and so connected to the current dynamic of accelerated evolution that we're experiencing. Now the game is not about awakening anymore. Been there, done that. Thank you very much. It's crazy. Oh, I'm multidimensional. Oh yeah, aliens exist. Oh my God, there are past lives. Okay, so like I know all of that. Thank you very much. What's the next step? The next step is structural coherence. It is understanding that after awakening, we get even more fragmented than ever before. Because you might have noticed that it is way easier to be dormant and ignorant, because we keep doing the same, than awakening. Because awakening is like, oh fuck, like this is, my apologies, I do swear.
Me too. It's
just
okay.
flow through. everyone is annoying. Welcome to my transmission. But it's when we start awakening, it's like the energy gets pulled outside of ourselves more. It's like, what are these bloodsuckers doing? What is really Hollywood happening? Oh my God, like I'm multidimensional. Oh, like what does that mean that I was a priestess in Lemuria? What does that mean that I'm a Palladian starseed? Well, am I just Palladian? I also feel connected to the praying mantis or the Arcturians. What does this mean? And so all of a sudden, our attention gets even more directed in outward realities that are way further. And then we don't know where to source the information from, what's true, what's real, what's right, what's wrong, and what belief system to adopt. Should I believe this? Should I believe that? And so basically, when awakening happens, we start experimenting the 4D bridge, right, of endless processing of trauma and being all over the place and so on. We've had enough of this. Now we want to know, this is who I am, this is what I came here to be. And this is when we start recalibrating into heart coherence. So heart coherence really, for me, is the starting point of structural coherence. Structural coherence means that we need to be able to align our heart, our mind, and our womb as one signal to be able to speak, to think, and to act with coherence, therefore creating such a strong frequency field of the signal that we stabilize that signal, therefore embody that identity, which is going to be an identity that is far bigger, more powerful than our mind can ever conceive. And as we stabilize into that, then the merging of our higher reality, which is a planetary higher reality, can occur. Because as you know, there is no such thing as past or future. Everything happens in the now. So the new earth is not something that's happening in 50 years or 200 years. The new earth is here now. It is an algorithm operating in the field now, and it runs in parallel with this one. It's like a movie, if you want. It's a movie of you, a movie of humanity that is just playing there. And it's like, hey, do you want to watch me? Great, come and watch me. Why do you want to merge with me? And so a lot of us, we feel it. And I would love for anyone receiving this, like comments. I would love to know a little bit, I love conversation. But a lot of us, we're feeling it. And what we perceive is going to be an increase of electricity. And so the increase of electricity happens because of the volatile expression of reality out there, as well as an increase of electricity generated from within. Because if you watch this, have you ever said, I want to know who I am? Why did I come to Earth? What's my mission? As soon as you ask this question, guess what? The volume gets turned on. Your soul literally opens up more, the portal of the descent of the soul, and the soul activates the crystalline divine genome. So it's the same as above, so below, as within, so without. So basically you get activated in yourself. And so a lot of people are going to start feeling a rise in electricity, and they're going to start thinking that it is anxiety because of what's happening out there, about the future. They start having doubts about themselves, of fears, and so on. I want you to really refine your understanding of this frequency, because there is a little bit of course, oh my God, like, are we going to make it? Do we actually need the aliens to come and save us and take them on their spaceship? Or like, can I press pause? Really witness that maybe the electricity that you feel is you getting more activated in yourself. And you will know that as I speak these words, because you're going to feel the resonance inside your body. You're going to feel, fuck yeah. Yes, I am becoming more and more myself, but what does it look like? How can I be that? Allow the questions to be, but don't grab onto them. Practice more structural coherence. Every single day, I want you to wake up and be the angel of your human, which is at the core of all the teachings I teach. This is the foundation of coherence and harmonic ascension. How are you going to be the angel of your human today? What's present for your human? What is present emotionally, mentally, physically? How do you need to support your human? Therefore, you don't bypass what's present, but you don't identify with that either. My human has many doubts about the future, about her capacity to rise in her leadership, about the fact like my human knows that she's multidimensional and that she has a mission, but still, like, no, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. Witness that. My human Cendrine is always how I talk about myself. I've been doing this for like 6 years now, since I started teaching on this. My human Cendrine wakes up and at times still feels lost, at times feels like, oh, she has doubts. Can I really do it? Oh, my cute human Cendrine. Okay, you're going to go and do some pranayama practices. You're going to go walk your dog. You're going to make breakfast for your daughters. You're going to have a good shower and you're going to shake and put some music on and pump yourself up. And then you're going to start the day. And I do not want you to operate by holding a ball of doubt, fears, anxiety, limitation, unworthiness in front of you, allowing this to guide you. That is not heart coherence. That is literally taking the very small amount of density still present in the field and you magnify it and you say, you lead the way. We've had enough of this. No. So as I see this, I say, oh, my human Cendrine still had all of this. Oh, interesting. Oh, curious. Huh. Is this in coherence with the truth of my divinity? Fuck no. I'm a multidimensional, powerful galactic dragon, mermaid, unicorn hybrid of the light. I've lived thousands of lives before. I will live thousands of lives afterwards. Place that in linearity. And I'm just so freaking badass. So of course I'm not this. So I'm going to kiss it and I'm going to place it to the side. And when I need to, my human is going to wrap herself into a little blanket and make herself a cup of tea and watch the Bridgerton and be like, oh, Magic Mike, eh? And she'll be like, oh, and forget about everything. Great. So we do not bypass. This is also the codex of we go into healing bubble, but we don't stay there stuck on the 4D bridge of endless trauma looping. That is over. No, we're stabilizing fifth dimension. Fifth dimension is the heart. The heart leads the way. So through your heart, your magnetic desires that are the seed planted by your soul, they get magnified. Like literally the heart is like, oh yes, like move to that country, join Cendrine in Ibiza for a retreat, join Nicola for her workshop on tarot reading, like go and talk to that person. Oh, that sexy person over there, like, oh, like go and, like flap your eyelashes in front of that person. Your magnetic desires, they just come like that. Your soul actually is shouting them as loud as she can because why? You have asked for it. Literally, I want more. I want to know who I am. So your soul is like barking, nonstop, Only was like, oh no, this desire is not for me. Oh, it cannot be true. I cannot be with someone like that. I cannot be someone who lives that kind of lifestyle. Or, like, look at her. She's privileged, like she comes from a privileged background. So easy for her to say, no, Angel. All of us, we've had a huge amount of shit to process and deal with, and we move through it. There is not a single human on the planet that hasn't done that to reach a level of leadership that they're at now and that we get inspiration from. So I want you to fast really every day to lead your human, to really feel into this heart coherence that's going to allow you to embody the truth of your divinity and to manifest more of your soul mission onto this planet. I want you to be very clear on the signal of your heart, what it is that I desire, what it is that is magnetized. And it can feel very non-spiritual, or it can feel extremely spiritual. It doesn't have to be. Like, for me, there's no separation. We are not humans trying to be spiritual. We are advanced spiritual beings of the light, enlightened masters who are having a human experience. Completely, I flip the equation. So you place yourself as the angel of your human. It's like, okay, so how do I move from that? I acknowledge what's present in my heart. And what's present in my heart, sorry, because my daughter is texting, and if I don't say no, then she will keep on texting. So I'm just going to say kindly no talking. No texting, busy. So even when I put like the phone on flight mode, it still happens. Always my second daughter. Money. Can my friends come home? Anyway. So really what we are really called now to really step into is more of this I fucking came to planet Earth for a reason, and I'm going to move as such, like if my life depended on it. Because that's the vibe. That's the vibe of the fire horns, the vibe of leadership. And it's also a vibe that we can really kind of like cultivate and chew on in terms of excitement and curiosity. We leave the field of coherence. We leave the anchoring of the energies of the new earth when our consciousness stay entangled in the outside reality, and then we use that outside reality as a very good reason not to rise. That is the way we say, this is happening to me. I cannot do that because I'm a single mom. I cannot do that because I don't have money. I cannot do that because I don't have a partner. I cannot do that because I never knew secure attachment. I don't know how to do that because I don't know how to channel. I don't know how to do that because I cannot see the future, because I don't know myself. We, as humans, we have very, very, very good excuses not to do it. And we can keep on listing them for the rest of our lives. Or we can fucking burn them down and say, who can care? There are thousands of people out there that are the proof of the opposite. And I don't know, like I love just seeing reels pop on my feed, like all the people who became successful after 40 or after 50, because it's literally like so many out there, right? That created so many amazing things. So it's like no excuse, kind of vibe. Where do you place your energy? Do you place your energy into fragmentation because things are happening to you? Or do you flip the narrative into saying, this is happening for me? How is this happening for me? And I know it's going to be really challenging, because there are moments in our life when we cannot possibly conceive that the horror that are happening out there, may they be very close to us on a planetary level, are happening for us. It's unfathomable. It's still the architecture. And we do not need to know in the moment by reasoning. It is a frequency. How is this helping me? How is this happening for me? Well, it's happening for me because it's so unpredictable that I'm learning to resource my inner safety. How do I resource my inner safety? Every day I'm going to do some nervous system regulation. I walk in nature. I connect to friends. I say to someone, I love you. And I eat nourishing food and I move my body. So I learn even more to be there for myself. The things that are happening so close to me, that's really affecting me, how is this happening for me? All, like, generally speaking, it's happening for us to remind us how powerful we are, how much more we can love ourselves and other people, how much more we can feel compassion towards ourselves and other people, how much more capable we are than we think we are, how much more brave we are. Like a lot of people, they really don't think that they can lead in a new way for themselves or the new earth or their mission, because it's just they don't know where to start or what to do, or they see, and it's the same for my human Cendrine. I see all of the imperfections, all the areas of growth still present, and yeah, we chew on that. But if on the opposite we say it's happening for me, so I learn to dance with this, that my human experience, to play with that. There is less grasping, there is less attachment. To me, this is a great way to bridge the gap, because when we live in coherence, there is no gap. We only think there is a gap when we think that it is us now and we are inadequate, and there is a future that's much better that's there, or like another timeline that's there and that's much better, and there is a gap to bridge. There is no gap. Everything happens in the now. So to bridge the gap, we need to be at the exact vibrational match to everything that is, and that's presence, that's stillness, that's unconditional love towards the self and other people, that's compassion. It's also bravery. And there is something that's very interesting, I think, for humans that I witness, for myself and my students, is that we don't realize how powerful we are. Because if you just look at your life so far on planet Earth, you've done so many amazing shit already. You already rose and rose and rose from the ashes again and again and again. You're freaking powerful. You are extraordinary. the amount of wisdom, resources, love, compassion that you have is already magnificent. So instead of creating a gap with a future self, another self that is so much better than you, richer, blah, 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 close the gap, dismantle the gap by realizing how extraordinary you are now and everything that you have done already. Like, you're still standing. You did not exit this earth. I mean, like, there are many non-physical beings receiving this transmission through the quantum field that are not on earth, but you have a body. And so it means that you are powerful, you are courageous, you are wise, you are guided, you are protected, you are doing it. Only now you can shift your consciousness around this as I'm saying this, perceive the feelings and sensations happening in the head, in the heart, in the womb, in your body, in your field. It's like a dropping in of, oh, fuck yeah, I'm that. That does not come from ego. It's an inner knowing of your true power. And that's what I teach. That's what I continuously shift for my students all the time. It's like from being fragmented over there, we just recalibrate here. So there is no more gap. There is only an ever dance that we dance with life. And that dance is just like we learn some steps and we learn to dance the way we are. And we can see that we learn to be the unique notes that we came here to be in the symphony of God. We learn to be the artist of life. Life is a blank canvas and we paint on it. We create this canvas ourselves, but also life is actually molding us. Our life is literally coming in. And at times life is coming like with swords and daggers and piercing us. And it is helping us to find more power, because all of the challenging experience we have had in the past and all of the challenging experience we're still gonna have, none of that are here to bring us down. Because I don't know if you've ever contemplated this, but I do not personally think that your amazing, advanced, beautiful, pure spiritual soul, neither God, we're like, oh, we're gonna bring Nicola and Cendrine to life and we're gonna fucking bring them down and we're gonna make them bite the dust. They're gonna regret and feel very sorry for themselves to come to life. Ha 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 ha. Look at you, weak, miserable little thing. You're so weak. You're so like, imagine. It's like, that's nasty. Like, no way. No way. Like, literally, our soul was like, let's bring it on. It's going to be intense. I'm going to freaking nail it. I love it. I'm going to get to know myself. I'm going to get to co-create with my soul family. I'm going to recognize them in their human body. I'm going to be like, oh, you're that woman. Oh, you're that man. Oh, you're my child. Oh, you're my pet. And we're going to create a great life. And we're going to cry together. And we're going to laugh together. We're going to dance on table, getting drunk together. We're going to do cacao ceremony together. We're going to do mushroom ceremony together. We're going to climb mountains together. We're going to have the breathtaking time while rising, while joining forces, while contributing to the ascension of humanity. This is literally how we vibe spiritually. And so every time there is something that calculates in your mind, in your feelings and emotion that is not a match to that, it's like, I've had enough of you, bye. And so one of the things that I love doing, I want to show you, and that I love doing, and I show to my student, is like, this is like how I shift my field when my human feels like sorry for myself. I go like, I'm alive. Oh my God, look at this body. I'm the light of God. I'm galactic, Arcturian, Syrian, praying mantis, dragon, multidimensional being of the light. I'm fucking next level. I'm a master of fuck yeah. Bring it on. I'm one, I'm not. And this is how I do. And I put, because I love I love house and music. Nicola would put other music in the background. But it's like you get your body involved and you get on rants. And at times during these rants, I talk to God all the time. And God, I call God Daddy God. What? Because it makes me feel so safe, so protected. Because I've never really had a good dad. I was saying to Nicola before, like, please don't put my family name. Even when I'm feeling family name there, just I want to be known as Cendrine. This is how far the trauma goes. But it's like I talk to God in an intimate way. This is what I would love for you to like contemplate. Source, Sophia, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Create an intimate connection, because ultimately, as above, so below, as within, so without, this is the highest power you can go to. I channel galactic, I channel dragons, just like this, and I can bring any kind of downloads and guidance from them. That's great, but these all are they're kind of like different stations of identity that we get to reconnect with multidimensionally to ultimately becoming one with ourselves on a multidimensional level and one with God. So a really great way to embody heart coherence, bridge the gap, and really focus on the illumination, which is what of your pillar, for me, is to I have massive rants with God, because this is the safest place. And I'm like, oh God, Daddy God, oh, my human is so lazy right now. She feels sorry for herself. She wants many more zero on her bank account. She fucking wants to travel first class. Where is the man, Daddy God? It's like, I want to buy my house. And it's not only that, but the world is fucked up. God, I know I signed up for it, but oh, can you teleport me into another algorithm? I'm very ready for that. What can I do, Daddy? Oh, please help me. And why is this so powerful? Because it is really embodying our humanity while also opening up absolutely in such a vulnerable way that we feel the emotion of the human, and we place all of that at the feet of God and say, I am not alone in this. You are here with me. I'm protected. Please protect me. Please help me. Please show me the way. This is the realms that I go again and again and again until I feel it. I feel the shift. I never allow my human to stay complacent with any fragmentation. That is not self-leadership. It's not heart coherence. But at times I really don't know what to do. So this is how I do it. And it's what I would love to invite you to contemplate and create a form of effortless communication with the divine that is all around us and that's within us. Because ultimately that's the strongest signal. And the signal, what it is, it's a lighthouse. God is on my side. God has my back. Everything is happening for me. I'm not alone. A lot of us, we feel so alone. You know, we feel so separated from God, separated from our star family, separated from, you know, other humans. As you listen to this, you might feel like you're the only one in your family that's into this. You know, maybe you don't even have friends to talk with. Like I have Nicola and so many friends. Like all my friends pretty much are like this, right? So go to the highest power straight away. And it is a reinvention of that illumination of the heart, that we live in the heart of God and that God lives within us. A lot of us, we are deeply traumatized in this lifetime and in past lives around religion, you know, and all of the things. We can see also the dysregulation happening with religions out there. So a lot of us are like, whoa, stay away from that. But then we get a little bit lost into finding this axis of this signal, this like, oh, this stillness, this presence, this joy. It's like a feeling of ecstasy. It is the peace that passes all understanding. That is the illumination of the heart. That is bridging the gap, is that in this moment, in my everyday life, with what's going on out there, what my bank account is saying, what my partner is doing, what my kids are experiencing, what my parents are living, it does not make sense at all. But it's fucking joyful. Life is fucking amazing. I'm at peace. I'm so still. It's like we can feel it. And then what happens is that we were conditioned to think that there's something wrong with it, something wrong with you. Children are dying. I can never be happy my entire life ever again, because every second that passes, a child or like anyone is like Right. So basically, can never be happy. The biggest shattering of the current global paradigm, as you say, is to be the divine rebel that's going to say, I'm going to keep seeking peace. I'm going to keep anchoring joy, peace, stillness, service, devotion, love, even if it doesn't make sense, and especially if it doesn't make sense. I'm going to make it my priority every day to somehow feel peace, to somehow feel joy. And the more we place our attention, our thoughts, our words, our actions, our feelings, that's coherent with our heart, that's coherent with our soul is happy. Our soul's got this. Our soul is peaceful because our soul is omniscient. It can see everything. So our soul is like, don't worry, babe, it's gonna be fine. And then the human is like, oh my God, freaking out. And the soul is like, oh, we need to bring another slap in the face, chill the fuck out. And then we have this thing happening. It's like, oh, where's this happening? Maybe it's my past life. Maybe it's a curse from the reptilians. It's like, no, this is your soul saying, relax, be with me, kind of vibe. I'm laughing, but it's like, a sense of humor in good is very good. I laugh about myself so much, but with compassion, not to, shame myself, of course. But at times I get just so like agitated or sorry for myself. I was like, it's funny at this stage. It's really funny. So I would love to invite you to like really find this. It is these emotions, these feelings, this drive. It's an addiction. It's an addiction to feeling good. And because that's your soul, it's like once you start clicking there, once you start feeling it, you just want to replicate it. And I know that a lot of you are going to feel like this and know what I'm talking about, because like my students also say that it's like, oh, Cendrine, at time I feel like so connected, I'm channeling, like I'm downloading all of this. I'm like, oh my God, yes. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, like my channel is closed. It's actually, you're never closed. You go through ups and you plateau for integrating. You go through ups and you plateau for integrating. So it's make it playful, make it enjoyable. Go back to basic. Make love to your partner. Have that carrot cake. Go swim naked in the sea. Go do whatever you want to. Give your human the joy of being in a body. Because yes, we came here. I think that a lot of our audience listening to this, they came here on planet Earth because they have a big mission and they know that. But knowing that can create yet another block. Oh my God, my mission is so big, babe. Your mission is not that big that if you don't do it, we're not going to ascend. You're special, but you're not that special. Millions of us are here. So it's like, but saying that if millions of us continuously kind of like go into fragmentation, procrastination, and doubt, then we're not going to ascend. We need to join forces. So we need to have a sense of responsibility over our mission, but there is no such thing as having a big mission. There is only a mission that's aligned to your true power. So if you think your mission is too big, it's because you're not embodied in your power. A lot of people also say, oh, you don't understand. I've seen my power. My power is so big. Oh my God, oh my God. Welcome to the club of being a multidimensional soul embodied on Earth. And if you're afraid of your own power, you'll be afraid of everything your whole life, because the journey is always a journey of knowing the self, moving from integrated coherence, alignment with soul. So how can we be afraid of ourselves? We are supposed to be our safest space. So as I teach, my spiritual teachings is like, it starts with being the angel of my human. My human is absolutely safe with my angel, because my angel loves my human unconditionally, no matter what. If you don't want to know how to do it, play pretend. I imagine that I'm an angel. Would an angel ridicule you, shame you? Never. An angel would be, it's okay, I understand your pain. Fuck, it's like, it's intense, it sucks. But you can do it. Move through this. I'm there for you. I love you. You are powerful beyond measure. Keep going. You're going to rise from this. I know it's hard, but that's the angel of our human. And when you become this safe space, you are safe within your own heart. So you can start digging the skeletons in the out of the closet and to do true powerful. It's like a metabolization of density, which is like when we metabolize density, we know we have metabolized it because it's no longer present in the field. We don't think about it. We don't have emotional or physical reaction from like trauma or anything. It's been metabolized. So when you are really in the embodiment of the I'm the angel of my human, I am the light of my life, it means that your power feels safe to grow within you. It is safe to be you. For that, it starts with being safe to fear certain ways when we feel ashamed around that, when we feel inadequate, when I want to give a practical example. Many years ago, I thought I didn't like cars. I was always brought up with, people who have a lot of money and men who have very small penises. They're going to buy very expensive cars to compensate on their lack of all the things I was like. So I'd always associated fancy, luxurious car with massive egos, very small men, and a lot of dysregulation. So I always thought I don't give a shit about cars until many years ago, I had that friend who just bought a brand new Maserati and I was like, babe, I'm going to take you for a ride. And I was like, oh, okay. I kid you not, as soon as I placed my beautiful behind in the passenger seat of that car, something shifted and Charlie was like, oh, this is so sexy. And I started feeling all of these frequency shift and this vibration as we were driving around. We were in Christchurch. It was like, oh my God. People were looking at us. And he took me to a restaurant. He opened the door and I stepped out. I was dressed as a poor yoga teacher because it was my identity back then. But I vibe with it and I dismantle it. And to start with, I felt ashamed because I thought, oh, that guy did not match any of the narrative I had heard. Like, it's like beautiful, divine masculine, extraordinary person, like super loving and compassionate and giving and so on. And so this is what I talk about. It's like really realize where you might feel ashamed. Oh, maybe you want designer bags. Maybe you want to experience with your sexuality. Maybe you want to, I don't know, like whatever you want, and you feel like, hope nobody can read my mind right now because this is so dirty. You don't need anyone to know, but you need to acknowledge that in the intimacy of your own heart, that is heart coherence, that is being the angel of your human. Journaling is great for that. My human feels like, no, she loves luxury cars. My human wants to travel first class, but also my human loves running bare feet on the grass and howling at the moon, pretending she's a wolf. The kind of vibe, I'm all of it. And as we feel intimate, as everything is safe, we are our safest heaven, we are our anchor. And when we journey like this, that is coherence, that is really being illuminated by our own presence. And then our power can grow because your soul does not want to dysregulate you further. So if you want to know your gift, your starseed origin, your past life in ancient civilization, if you want to rise into your mission, into your leadership, fantastic. Keep going after it. But babe, that's not gonna happen if you're not your safe heaven. Because to embody that, to receive that, more abundance, more like an audience, magnetism, for that, your power needs to be safe with you. Because the electricity that's going to run through your body, I can tell you that's going to be on another level. So when you walk into the room, you are noticed. When you speak, your voice echoes through the quantum and you make waves. You are not afraid anymore because you're safe within yourself. So your power is safe to grow. So you're not afraid of your power anymore. Why would you be afraid of your power? It is the lighthouse that you're seeking for yourself, but that once you find in the intimacy of your own heart, you become for other people. you become that lighthouse. This is how we rise in leadership. We lead the self first, and then we can lead others. And as we lead others, there is this continuous alignment that operates to help us rise into our identity. It's like identity shift after identity shift. When we understand the modus operandi or the architecture of it, it is much easier to, to move through these levels. And then your highest reality can come. Because the last thing God wants, and the soul wants, is to bury you with more electricity that's going to dysregulate you because you don't know how to metabolize it. So all of a sudden, let's say, a lot of people who work with me, they come because they want to, I have an Ascension channeling school, right? They want to channel. Amazing. I'm a master at teaching that. But to be able to channel galactics, advanced races, fragmentists, actuarians, they are high frequency beings, and they don't want to come in our field because they can see that we are not a frequency match. So if they start coming, we're going to be dysregulated because we don't know that is electricity rising. We become anxious and fragmented. So we need to understand that, to metabolize that, so therefore our channel can open up. And when we start receiving messages, we know how to integrate them, because our galactic team and High Council of Light, they don't want to traumatize us further and to fragment us further. So they wait. It's like, we love this babe, we do everything we can, just going to wait. We're going to wait. So the vast majority of the time, you don't have blocks around intuition. No, you don't have intuitive, like, clairvoyancy block because you were burnt as a witch at the stake. There's entanglement, there's quantum entanglement around that. And I work a lot with my students around detangling that like this. But everything can be detangled in the now because you embody the truth of your divinity. So when you really want to become more activated as a leader of the new earth, you know that it happens with sovereignty and coherence. You know that it happens because you are an ambassador of Star Nations, because inside of you reside a vision of the new earth that you are here to embody, and you can already see this vision. Many of you listening, you already have anchored some pillars. You choose to live differently, the way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you treat other people, what you buy, where you place your money, the way you think. All of that, you have already done a lot of refinement around that. But now we need to go deeper and deeper and deeper to really find this. It's like a click. It's a cross of consciousness. It's like it clicks into place, and then your power is safe with you. You get so activated, with your consciousness, that you can telepathically connect with your High Council of Light. And now it is very easy for them to share, this is happening, this is the next step to do, like, this is the kind of activation you need to run, and so on, because they can see that basically you kind of like, okay, I receive, I integrate, I share, and so on. You understand how it happens. So everything happens within the intimacy of your own heart first, and you're responsible for that. Because for maybe like me, for decades, I would listen, read. I would read all the books, and go to psychics and do all of the things. But very little changed in my life. I always wonder why. It's because there was no one who taught me what I'm sharing with you now. I had to figure it all out by myself. This is why I do this work now, because then people move way faster. Because it's all about integration. It's integration in the body. This is why I never promote astral travels, for example, which I know it's a bit of a hot topic that I might like to have a conversation with people at some stage. But astral travel is asking the soul to leave the body. Why on earth would we do that? It doesn't make any sense. The soul descends in the body. We need more of the soul in the body. The signal increases, and we can feel this electricity rising. This is the embodiment of our own power. This is the illumination. The illumination. I don't know if any of you, or also you, Nicola, you've ever been in a space where you really see someone who was like, wow, that person just radiates. peace, presence, power, like wisdom. That person looks enlightened, you know, oh my God, it's an enlightened person, you know, like the light radiates from within. It's the magnetism, the charisma. It is so obvious, it's palpable, it's in the air because it's the field. But that's a person that's deeply embodied, that has brought so much of their power in the body and they know how to metabolize it and how to be like they just chill, you know. Enlightened people. It was like, look at me, I'm an ancient witch, like witch from Avalon and Lemuria, and look at me now, like, you know. No. Usually they would be like kind of like normal looking, you know. Like some, of course, they would be in the roles of spiritual leadership, like sadhus, gurus, or spiritual teachers or mentor of some figure. But you have the everyday Joe over there that has that frequency. And at times, like I'm thinking of a friend, like she has that frequency. She doesn't call herself spiritual, but she does the thing. And so she radiates and she magnetizes like crazy. I'm like, wow, she's doing it. But she's doing it as a sovereign being, following her own modus operandi, her own architecture. So this is very exciting because now we really have, with this new configuration and architecture of like all the planets and of the hearts and everything, it's like everything's happening for us. So we can reinvent ourselves, you know, like the year one is a bit like, you know, the fool, like the no, like the year one. Yes, yeah, it's like you way better. I shouldn't go down that path too much because like watch out. But it's really this, it is a playfulness as well. There is playfulness with life, witnessing that life is the perfect playground today that God has given me, so I can learn to play like a monkey and grab and rise and just strengthen my musculature and just play. What we just have to be mindful of is the scattering of our energy in all directions. And for that, all of us, we're going to cultivate practices that help us to feel like a long exhale. So for some of us, it's like meditating. For some of us, it might be dancing. For some of us, it might be like practicing some tantra. For some of us, it could be like doing a cacao ceremony, whatever. So it's like a dropping, a landing in the field. Because when we are really present and we feel this stillness within the self, when we open our eyes and we see the playground, is like, oh my God, yes. And we go, that's a piercing force. It's literally the image of this sexy, beautiful, wild horse running free on a beach kind of vibe. It runs in straight direction. It's wild, but it's not going like bing, bing, bing here, bing, bing, bing there, oh, a wave like this. Like this. And the anchoring of the new earth, it's not going to take a long time. It's not going to take a long time. It's going to take the time that aligns to the amount of embodiment that we each cultivate. So if all of us fucking do it, do what we came here to be doing, it's a ripple effect. Because love, truth, joy, authenticity, they vibe here. The fragmentation with all of the fuckery going on there, they vibe here. This is entropic compounded matrix, inverted matrix. This is like building a house with many different materials that were never made to be together to start with. It's crumbling down, it's never meant to be. So as the light rises, the frequency of love rises, this is coherent with organic ascension, with the greater plan of God. God is like, fuck yeah, yeah. So all of this to the side, it's like the dust that we brush away. So it's not, there's no chance. That's not gonna win. The dark forces will never win. Why? Because there is no war to start with, which is yet another big subject of conversation. Actually, I want to share something. I realized that I lacked coherence in my leadership. I had this download this week and I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you, because it's like realizing something shitty about my human, but I've rewired myself into excitement so much that instead of feeling a shame and burying that down, I'm like, oh, great. My human was really like, not doing it there. For months onwards, I have said here and there, and I have felt the energy. I want to get into the arena. I want to talk about there is no war, what's really going on there, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't done it. Nothing. So today I announced in my Facebook group, you know what? I'm going to get into the arena. So join Cendrine, get into the arena. It's about time I throw fireballs and I recalibrate to show the real architecture of ascension that's happening right now. So everything that is happening right now is utterly exciting. It is amazing. And it is also very dysregulating. My human feels dysregulated. My human travels to Ibiza to facilitate a retreat, and then to Belgium, then to Glastonbury, to another retreat, and then to United States for conferences. And my human looks at what's going in the world. She's like, no, I just want to retreat in the countryside and write books and pretend nothing ever happened. Do I follow that? No, of course not. I observe that my human gets dysregulated and fearful. You know what? Because thank God we feel like this, because we're not robots. Like, I'm not a robot. I feel the feeling. Only that is not the light that guides me. God leads me. God wants me in Ibiza. God wants me in Glastonbury. This is a part of my mission and my planetary service. My human will get her shit together and do it anyway. And God is on my side anyway. The universe has my back anyway. So whatever happens during my travels, it will be for me. It will help me. It will support me and my mission. If I like it or not is irrelevant. So the more we move like this, the faster we align coherence. And therefore, the faster and the easier the merging with the timeline of the new earth is. And so this is very, very exciting. So when you see a fragmentation happening inside of you, you want something, but you say otherwise. Or you want something and you say it, but then you don't do it. Or you do something that you never really thought about before. Watch all of that. And like me, I observed, I've been saying a lot and feeling a lot. I want to get into the arena for 6 months. I haven't done it. Huh. That's refinement. On Wednesday, my Facebook group, first episode, Cendrine Get Into the Arena, is going to develop into like a more constructed podcast. Eventually, I want you there, Nicola. But it's pretty much like we take on the boxing glove of love and light and we punch with different things, you know? So as I take that aligned action, I bring in more coherence. It can seem so small, but it is very big. It is very big. And so to finish, this is what I would love to encourage all of you to do in your everyday life. If you have been feeling the desire to do a detox, do it. If you're feeling the desire to say to someone, I love you, do it. If you're feeling the desire to sign up to a workshop, a program, travel somewhere, do it. Don't grab your doubts and limitations, place them in front of you and say, you guys, you just drop that to the side, because you know what? They're always going to be there. There is no such a thing as not experiencing duality. As we rise into our light, duality is still there. Only we don't move from that place. We move from oneness with ourselves and with God and with life happening for us. This is when our mission expands, our leadership expands, and also our joy and our life is getting better and better kind of vibe, because it does. Beyond all understanding, each and every one of us, we can truly actualize an extraordinary reality where peace, stillness, joy, abundance, love are so ever present that it goes beyond all understanding, because it does not make sense. Because guess what? Does the world make sense? Fuck no. So I'm going to align to that, and my life is not going to make sense to the outside world, because it was never meant to make sense anyway. And when I look back, it doesn't make sense how I quantum leaped again and again. My daughters are a really good witness to that. It's like, Mom, I know it happened, but still it does not make sense that we get to live in this house. It doesn't make sense, this and that. It's like, welcome to my world. I was like, okay. So I remember doing this and doing that, but let's reproduce it. I want to do it again. And then this is how I open up the codex and I see the structure and the architecture and I geek on it. I love geeking. So yeah, this is a little bit about getting excited with everything that's happening and really encouraging all of you watching to really be your best friend, be your angel, be your greatest cheerleader. Because at the end of the day, in this lifetime, it's just you and you. You can have amazing friends, partner, kids, and so on, but you are born into this life with you, and then you cross over with you. And so from that place, shower yourself with love because you are extraordinary. You're multidimensional and galactic and ancient, yes, but you're also so human, and your humanity is a gift. You feel, and feeling is a power. So as you ascend, you're going to feel more and more, and that's going to become more and more refined because you're going to understand that your heart is the technology that metabolizes these feelings and emotion. So when we cry because things are quite bad or there, thank God we cry. We need to cry because too many people have numbed themselves by thinking I'm too much of an empath, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to hide in the woods because in the woods I can live in my fifth dimension. That's avoidance. I feel, and I'm going to light up a candle. I'm going to cry all the tears for all the children, all the people out there. I'm going to pray, I'm going to pray, I'm going to pray. I contribute. I feel. What a superpower, what a gift it is to feel. And how can I now nourish my human? Oh, let's take a bath and have a good glass of wine and chat with my girlfriends. I just we do it. It is the life of an embodied angel. We are human, so get that glass of wine, but maybe not 2 bottles every night. Not that I like wine, but and each to their own. So thank you very much for having me, Nicola. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope that you got something from it. I would love to receive comments. I will come and check it later if there is anything.
Thank you so much. Yes, of course. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the comments from the replay, from the live in YouTube. And Cendrine is the founder and leader of the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry. So just all of this work that she does, the Harmonic Ascension, the programming, the things that you were talking about, embodying all of the dragon and the unicorn and the mantis and all the different things, is all beautiful aspects of the work that you do, that you bring to people. And yeah, I felt a lot of shifts in my layering of things for me then. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, the comments, and I'll pop some reflections in the chat as well. But be embodied. We don't want any of this disembodied aspect. We don't need to astral travel. And I tried that once when I was younger, and I swung out of my body and I turned around and saw myself and just came straight back in. Freaked out, came straight back in, and I didn't try again. I was like, no, I want to be in my body, and I think that is, that's everything that you were mentioning and talking about is, how can we embody our joy and be grounded in that and radiate that for the people that we come into contact with. And if you're not doing spiritual work, being embodied in your joy and in your life is doing spiritual work. But the people that you encounter every day at the supermarket and your family, if you're embodying that, then that's anchoring and gridding and doing the light work that we're doing. So yeah, so thank you for being here with me today. I know you've got more meetings and sessions this afternoon, so I will let you go on your way.
Thank you so much, Nicola, for having me. Love you lots, and thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you, thank you. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Bye.